God is calling you, but something inside you keeps holding you back? Lent is the answer. Every year, the Church gives us this sacred season, not as a burden, not as a religious routine, but as an invitation to transformation. Bishop Barron says, Lent is a spiritual boot camp, a time to strip away everything that separates us from God. But how does this transformation happen? Through three ancient and powerful practices: prayer, fasting, and almsgiving. If we live these three things deeply, they have the power to change not only our lives, but our very hearts. Prayer, the return to God. Lent begins with the call, "Return to me with all your heart," Joel 2:12. But how can we return to God if we never truly speak to Him? Prayer is not just reciting words. Prayer is opening your heart to God. It's letting Him speak into your life. Bishop Barron teaches that prayer is like standing before a great fire. The longer you stand, the more you are warmed, the more you are changed. But here's the truth. Most of us don't pray because we don't think God will answer. But what if the silence in prayer is not God ignoring you, but God purifying your heart? This Lent, don't just pray with your lips. Pray with your whole being. Speak to Him, listen to Him, wait for Him, and God will come. Fasting, the battle within. Fasting is the most misunderstood practice of Lent. Why would God want us to suffer by giving up food or pleasures? Bishop Barron says, fasting is not about saying no to something. It's about saying yes to something greater. When we fast, we break our attachments to this world, those small addictions that control us without even realizing it. Food, entertainment, social media, comfort. The truth is, these things are not bad in themselves, but when they fill the emptiness inside us, they become false gods. Fasting is the spiritual surgery that cuts them out, so God can fill that space. What is God asking you to fast from this Lent? What is holding you back from Him? If you let go, He will give you something infinitely greater in return. Almsgiving, the heart of Christ. But Lent is not just about what we take away. It's about what we give away. Almsgiving is not simply giving money to the poor. It's giving yourself. Bishop Barron reminds us that every act of charity is a mirror of Christ on the cross, pouring Himself out completely for the love of others. When you give alms, you're not just helping someone in need, you're becoming like Christ. But almsgiving isn't just about others. It sets you free. The more you give away, the more your heart becomes detached from this world and attached to God. The secret of Lent. All three united. Most people pick one practice during Lent. Maybe they pray more, or give up chocolate, or donate to charity. But Lent is not about choosing one. It's about living all three together. Without prayer, fasting is just a diet. Without fasting, almsgiving is just charity. Without almsgiving, prayer can become self-centered. But when you unite prayer, fasting, and almsgiving, something extraordinary happens. Your heart begins to look like the heart of Jesus. Lent is a journey to the cross. If you take this journey seriously, it will not be easy. There will be deserts. There will be silence. There will be struggle. But every step is leading you to one place, the cross. And here's the mystery. It's only at the cross, in dying to yourself, that you will finally come alive. The invitation of Lent. So the question is not, what will you give up this Lent? The question is, will you let God transform you this Lent? This could be the Lent where chains are broken, where wounds are healed, where hearts are set on fire, but only if you let it. Lent is not a season. Lent is a battle. Lent is the path to resurrection. Will you walk it? Let this Lent be the one that changes everything. Are you ready?